Hello and welcome, my name is Zweistein and this will be another video tutorial for Star Trek Armada Fleet Operations mod. Today I'll be showing you the standard Federation opener with early warpings. We are playing on Duel 2, which is a rather big 1v1 map, but this doesn't matter as much because this strategy is good for any map. It is also good for any game type. It's a general Federation strategy that's pretty good for any kind of situation. It also does not matter which avatar we take, but we will take Reasoner this time because the early warping strategy gives us the capability to build on a giant shipyard, the big shipyard, as our second shipyard. Now, before we start, a quick overview of what we're going to do. As I said, today we're going to do the early warping standard opener. There is another standard opener where you forgo the warpings and you instead go for a second shipyard at your expansion. But this is not what we will be doing today. We will be doing a general mix of Intrepids with some monsoons, because monsoons are good meat shields. Most of our buildings are going to be placed in the main base, but we are going to place shipyards next to our dilithium moons. That is to facilitate the defense of dilithium moons, because if your dilithium moon is being raided and you have a shipyard nearby, you can immediately send your freighters to repair and thus lessen the chance that they will be destroyed. Our standard opener will be the following. We're going to build Starfleet Engineering first, and a storage dock for mining. Once the engineering is complete, we're going to research Starship Chassis level 1, and we're going to build a shipyard. With the second constructor, we're going to move up here to the Tritanium moon and build the second Tritanium moon. As the Tritanium moon is complete, we're going to move that constructor towards our natural expansion, which is up here. And after that, as soon as our shipyard is complete, we will build Starfleet Science. Now, the downside of this build is going to be similar to the warping rush, which is our expansion is not going to have a shipyard for some time, but because we will be building our expansion earlier, we aren't in much danger of it being immediately destroyed. We will, however, also build a platform for defense, and after our Starfleet Science is complete, we're going to build Starfleet Command. By that time we should have 1 or 2 ships out, which we will use to engage the enemy. Once we have enough dilithium flowing in from our expansion, as well as our main base, we're going to build a shipyard here. Depending on the situation, we may go for either another Antares yard for more smaller ships, which is usually considered the better choice for a 1v1 situation, since decking is quite expensive in fleet operations. But if we're doing really well, we may go for a Euradi yard and attempt to bring some avalons to the field. Now, our opponent for today is not an AI, it is actually my cousin, who is still learning the game, so he is much weaker than me, but we will see a bit different responses than we would see from the AI. Specifically, less single ship attacks against the starbase or flybys, where the starbase will just destroy the ship. And if he plays really well, he might even defeat us, which is going to be good on him if he does that. Now, before we start, let me just see if he's ready. Let us see. He is receiving our messages. Oh, I can't click done now. And I, unfortunately, because it changes my... Oh, yes, he's ready. Okay. Right, let's choose Reasoner. Let's again set our scout to yellow alert and send him towards the enemy base. We open up with the Starfleet Engineering as well as storage dock. We queue for miners, which is pretty standard. This is the most standard opener for the Federation. Unless you're rushing warpins or sabers, which, by the way, rushing sabers isn't such a good idea. You will always open up like this. Let's see what our scout is doing. As you can see, he is doing the same thing. He's picking up the titanium moon first, but in case of this build, it doesn't really matter. You should go for dilithium first, since it's more dilithium intensive, but you should still be able to do it with titanium. You will just delay your warpins a bit. Okay. As you can see, this is our second moon. We will build Shipyard here and chassis level 1. By the way, when building Federation shipyards, try to build them parallel or below the moons, because their entry point is at the top. If I had built my shipyard here, first of all, the roll-off area would push it further north, which would push it away from my dilithium moon, and because the entrance is at the top, the miners would have to travel a long way to enter the shipyard and repair. Shipyard is going up. Let's see what he's doing. He's doing the same thing, and he's doing it fairly well this time. Good on him. Right. So we will queue. Oops, the other way around. Since we're Reasoner, our Intrepids get increased offensive value, but our monsoons do not build. Do not get any bonuses as a Reasoner. Therefore, we really want a bit more Intrepids than monsoons. He's, let's see, he is Mason. We see this by Canaveral, by Norway class and Noah class. Those are special ships for Admiral Mason, and he's going monsoons only with one Intrepid because he probably misclicked, which is the best thing he can do as Admiral Mason. And here we're building a second storage dock. Let's see what he has done with his dilithium moon. Just a no shipyard there. Obviously, let's see if he has expanded. Always keep scouting and be careful not to ram your scout into the starbase. That happens to everyone. It happens to me, as well, but it's generally not good to lose your scout early. Now I'm moving this Intrepid out. I'm actually going to move him up here. He built his shipyard far to the left. He's doing the other opener, the one with the double shipyard, which I will explain to you and show it to you in the next video. As you can see, at this point we build a defense platform here, but we cannot yet grab the Starfleet Command, as we do not have enough titanium. We're waiting for that to roll in. He's queued up more, but he has forgot to build another storage dock, which means we will not be seeing this shipyard produce anything. He seems to be locked on something, probably dilithium, since he went for titanium first and then dilithium. This shipyard is still building, and since both of his constructors are down there, there's nothing new being built over here. We need one more load of titanium before we can begin construction on Starfleet Command, and there it is. Now with this is our standard opener complete. I have noticed that if enemy is rushing Starfleet Command and you go for this opener, yes, your expansion is in a bit more danger, as you don't have a shipyard here to facilitate defense, but you will be able to match your opponent's firepower relatively quickly. You will probably lose a bunch of miners if the rush is executed well. You might even lose your construction ship if you're not careful, but generally, excuse me, lag. But generally, they should give you force parity with your opponent, at least initially. Aha. Here we are preparing for a raid, and he's poking me with his scout because he thinks it's funny, probably. Now we're basically waiting to grab enough dilithium for for our shipyard, but we're not engaging because he has a shipyard here. Oh, though we might be able to sneak in and damage him, but he has 3 monsoons. Yeah, let's go and try to kill one of his miners. Okay, here we will see the standard tactic employed against scouts: capture them. You always need more scouts, you will lose them, just as my cousin lost his this time, and now I can use his scout to set up more line of sight across the map. As you can see, he's already rushing in with his 3 monsoons. Meanwhile, we should be building. We will go for the Antares yard, just because I'm feeling cheeky today. And let's not lose the scout, though it might be gone already. Let's try to give our scout some cover. There you go. Now, note that we will probably lose this trade. As you can see, the Intrepid is down. But here you go, our reinforcements are coming. We have kept him busy. We have 2 more Intrepids going down towards the base. Now unfortunately we will not be producing much here yet. We will order 1 Excelsior Mark II, but that's about it. We still need to claim this moon before we can afford to check up really and build avalons. So first let's build this and order 2 more scout, 2 more miners. Excellent. We've got a centaur. I like the centaurs. You can see, oh, he's building something here. Let's try to kill his constructor. He's correctly going for our warplanes, since those cost us the most and are usually the slower. Forgot to cancel that. Right. Actually, I don't think we need that. I'd rather go for chassis 2 as soon as possible. And our nebula is taking a beating. Time for it to return home. Let's not chase them. We will not be able to kill that. Okay. Intervention is needed. Did our nebula get away? It did. And we nearly got... Okay, I say this raid has gone on well enough, especially if we can manage to kill this. He has made the mistake of ordering all of his ships to repair, which meant they did not fire, and he's not chasing our ships to gain kills. Right, let us order a single Excelsior, since we have the dilithium for it. Let's see if he was cheeky and expanded to the lower left. Right, let's see. Let's get ready to raid again. Let's say, like, he has me a tiny bit worried. He is playing this game better than he did any other game I had played against him. With us producing so many Intrepids, we might as well go for the tri-cobalt torpedo. Let's set up a scout there. Actually, let's see what he's doing here. Here we need to worry not to hit his starbase as we did over there. We need to hotkey this. Okay, this is the perfect spot to kill miners, is when they enter the mining station, because they are immobile in here. They cannot undock, they have to unload, and this is where they are the most vulnerable. Okay, no need to send you to repairs just yet. I have a habit of sending my Excelsiors to repairs as soon as someone opens fire on them, just because they are really slow and really squishy. Okay, let us see what's happening. Let's move this one front. This is complete, and we can now queue up avalons. He has a nice fleet building. If he's not careful, we will destroy this. This is a bit worrisome. Anyway, we will now switch to Akiras. First of all, because Akiras are really strong warships, and he's mostly building monsoons, which are good ships, especially Masons. If he gets a critical mass of them, we could have some trouble dealing with them, but Akiras are so much better at taking out shipyards and stations that we can just kill the station, and after that attrition will probably kill him. Right, with that we have defeated his we have destroyed his storage dock. I'm sorry, I'm having weird mouse issues. Now we need to be careful because the Excelsior Mark II is just as slow as Excelsior Mark I and more expensive. But let's send another warp into here and try to hit his shipyard. He does not seem to be reinforcing his ships. Nice. Galaxy. Galaxies are really strong, but they are also somewhat squishy. As soon as their shields are down, they will die really quickly. Okay, we're seeing a lot of monsoons, so we need to kill this quickly. He immediately sent them to repair, which is not a good idea, as they're not firing on me right now, and he's losing this shipyard for it. There's that lag again. I'm sorry. I do apologize. Now, our avalons will not be that great against monsoons, but they will increase the damage output. We do quite a lot. They are quite heavy warships. Let's expand again. Let's use this time to see if he has expanded to the top left. Okay, this is weird. Aha. We have Akiras coming now, but we will also soon be stalling out on supplies if we do not buy more. Okay, as you can see here, we have surprised him. He has surprised us as well. Let's pull our ships back. We do not want to lose our miners. And his ships are so much faster that we can't catch them, but our fleet is larger, so we can go and destroy his shipyard. We're going to lose ours in the process here, but maybe we can if he has left this area undefended, I'm going to capture his shipyard and use it against him. Let's get this down. The shields down. Now he is killing this, so we are going to lose it. We're going to try to save this Akira. Oh no, he's trying to do the same thing. Well, let us decommission this, because then he cannot capture it. Okay, this is ours now. We have killed. And we now have a foothold here. We can use this shipyard to repair. Let's decommission this as well. Oh, this is Mason's shipyard, therefore our starship chassis do not count towards it. Right, let's go repair, and let's build this here. Let's see if we can be cheeky and take his expansion while we have a shipyard there. Let's kill the miners. He's attacking my starbase. That's a mistake. I've upgraded my defensive systems, which should be enough to hold him. Now let us request experimental support here, as we will need it to take out his starbase. Whatever happens, he cannot kill our starbase. He does not have enough fleet power. Especially if we pause this, we send down reinforcements, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheekily send the miners out and upgrade this. Here you go. Descent is here. They really like tanking this. In this case, what we're doing is we're making sure our descent is first in line. Though our ships do seem to like to charge in, we need to set them to low movement autonomy. As you can see, like, the descent really has too much shields, and if those are gone, we can refresh them. Oh, he's smart enough to kill this. Good for him. We will use that time to rebuild our mining station and unpause this. As soon as we get resources, we are going to build a mining station here, and this is pretty much GG. He cannot kill this, and if he does get the chance, we will pause production yet again. We need to find his missing construction ship, which has run away. We will build this. Oh, this one made it. Then let's put it to use. What he should have done in this case is, well, defended his starbase, and don't lose that, because that's game over. And don't go for the enemy starbase, especially not with the fleet this size. He spent some time engaging this, and he should have stayed here, killed this, moved on to my expansion, made sure that I do not have the means to continue building my ships, because this is the final nail in the coffin. Fully upgraded starbase against monsoons. Right, let us build another mining station here, and most importantly one over here. See, he's completely ignoring the rest of my base, which is bad. He could have killed this Mediterranean, but he did make an excellent effort. So let's give him the GG. He may not answer because he does not understand what a GG is. so give him the benefit of the doubt, but he did well for a beginner. He has one more ship. And now that's about it. Well, this was the Federation standard opener with early warp-ins. Hope you've enjoyed it. It gave us an excellent opportunity to show off how to tech up from that. And thanks for my cousin for giving me an interesting game and having me a bit worried for some time there. He did have a massive monsoon fleet, he just misused it and was a bit too passive with it. But yeah, good on him. And thank you for watching this. Zwei Stein out.